The bar went from +5 to -6 in just one move. Kings and queens, we have the blunder of the year. It was played between Vidit and Vincent Keymer in the Prague International Chess Festival. So let's just shut up and jump straight into the game. We have an English opening by Vidit with the white pieces, and this is all just basic straight up theory: g3, bishop b4, and bishop g3. Now both players will castle at this point and pawn to e4. Now Vidit goes knight to g5, and notice that the pawn on e4 is attacked 3 different times and it is only defended once. So Keymer just gets rid of one of the attackers, Vidit takes back, and now the pawn is defended again. It attacked 2 times and defended 2 times. Everything is good. So Vidit goes queen to c2, attacking the pawn one more time, and Keymer just goes queen to e7. Now there's no other way to attack this pawn, so Vidit just goes for a pawn exchange in the middle. d3, pawn takes and pawn takes, everything is good. Now Keymer goes d6, opening up the diagonal for the bishop on c8. And now the knight on g5 is not doing much right there because the pawn on e4 is gone. So Vidit just goes back, knight to f3. And we have h6, preventing a possible annoying pin from the bishop. We have h3 by Vidit and bishop to e6. Now we have a couple more exchanges in the middle of the board, and Keymer goes d5. And if you take that, you will have triple pawns, which is something you don't really want during your games because that is a tremendous weakness. So Vidit just goes pawn to c5. Now we have knight to h7. That is the top engine move. That is absolutely crazy because the knight on f6 is very much controlled. It cannot go anywhere. So Keymer will reroute the knight via g5 or via f8 and g6 after that. And now Vidit goes rook to b1, attacking the weakness on b7. Keymer just gets rid of the weakness by going b6. And now we have bishop to f4, developing the last piece and connecting the rooks as well. Now we have knight to f8, probably with the idea of molesting the bishop in the future. And now we have rook to e1, pinning the bishop on e6 and threatening to take the pawn on d5. Notice that if you take that pawn now, you cannot take back because the queen would fall. So Keymer just goes queen to d7, getting out of the pin, and Vidit just goes pawn to c6, attacking the queen again. You cannot go to d6 because of the bishop. You can't go back because this pawn would fall, so you have to move backwards. And now we have pawn to h4, preventing a comfortable g5. Keymer still goes g5, but now you can simply take, and drop the bishop back to its house. Now we have pawn to f6, defending the pawn on g5 even more. Now Vidit goes f4, very aggressive move, just opening things up around the king. But Vincent just goes pawn to g4. Now we have f5, sacrificing a pawn temporarily, because when you take that, you can take on e8 now. They have to take with the queen, and now the queen is not defending this pawn anymore. And you can simply take the pawn with a check, so they have to take care of that first. Keymer goes bishop to e6. Walking into a pin because now Vidit goes rook to e1. And look at this, the bishop is pinned, but Keymer goes for it. We have a bow-test gambit on the board, sacrificing the queen for a bishop and a rook. Vidit goes queen to d1, attacking the pawn on g4. Keymer simply goes f5, defending the pawn. Now Vidit keeps attacking the pawns, and Vincent goes bishop to f3, and now the queen cannot keep annoying those pawns right there. Now Vidit goes pawn to d5, and if you take that pawn, I will take the one on f5, getting my queen closer to your king. And if you keep taking my pawns, I'll take the one on g4 with a check, and things are getting dangerous. So Keymer just goes rook to e7, and now look at the bar, +5. Vidit goes bishop to b4. That is a horrible blunder. The bar went from +5 to -6 in just one move. How is that even possible at this level? And I will tell you why this is a blunder. The problem right here is this pawn, the pawn on d3. It looks like it's not doing anything, but now Keymer goes rook to h7, and this queen is gone. There's no way to save that queen because of this annoying pawn. You cannot escape. Now, of course, Keymer is threatening rook to h1 with a check and winning the queen. However, the queen cannot escape. If you try to escape via f2, which is the only available square, then we have rook to h1, and that is checkmate. That's even worse. So Vidit tries to go king to f2, walking out of the pin. However, the queen is still trapped. Keymer just goes rook to h1, and Vidit resigns. The queen cannot go anywhere because of this pawn on d3. That is absolutely crazy. So now Vidit only has 2 points out of 6. Yes, he is in danger, but he will play again tomorrow and pretty much has to win to stay alive. Of course, I will tell you how that goes. So make sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications, and I will see you in the next game.